Hey guys, how's it going? davidinark here, and I wanted to do a quick, just kind of a vlog update. I don't know, let's just talk a little bit, okay? Some of you have posed some questions and have left some comments, so I thought it'd be kind of fun. It's not really a reading your comment so much as answering comments. How about that? By the way, if you have something that I don't address in this video and you want to know the answer, leave that in the comment section down below. Don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's just get, I don't know, let's get rolling. Let's get into it. All right. So first of all, I want to talk about one of the comments that I get, not a lot, but enough that I feel like I want to address it. And it's kind of funny that I'm addressing it in a video that Neological just addressed the same thing in, which now everybody's going to say I'm doing exactly what I said I wasn't doing, and that is copying other people. Here's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if folks don't quite understand the way YouTube works and the way gaming works and all that and all the putting the whole 9 yards together. But I would say 99% of the time, no two YouTubers are copying each other. In my particular case, I get a lot of, not a lot again, I get several comments though that, oh, so-and-so just did this, or you're copying so-and-so. First of all, I will tell you there's a very good chance that I have not even seen so-and-so's video. I generally don't have time to sit around watching videos before I'm putting mine up. I will say usually around, I don't know, maybe lunchtime, my time, or late at night. Usually, really, the only time I get to watch videos is while my video is either rendering or is in the process of uploading, which I've talked about on here many, many times, that at the time I'm recording this, my internet sucks. So that's part of the reason why if you see somebody else's video and then mine comes out a couple hours later, or if my video comes out and then somebody else's comes out a couple hours later, we're not copying each other. It's just the way the recordings happen to be and the way that however you're uploading or doing whatever you're doing, it's just the way it is. For example, someone else might have great internet and so they're able to record a video and get it uploaded. Mine, on the other hand, I'm recording the day before, getting it recorded, getting it edited, and by the time it gets uploaded overnight, boom, 7 o'clock in the morning, my video comes out. Yeah, we're not copying each other. It's just the way things happen. The other thing is, especially when it comes to games like BeamNG, there are not a lot of mods that get released. So when a mod comes out, yeah, a bunch of us all go grab the mod and we all do a video on it. We're not copying each other. We're just hungry for content, and there it is. Finally, here's a mod. Finally, here's an update to a mod, whatever. And so we all record and we all put it out, and it all happens to come out roughly the same time, usually within 24 to 48 hours. Okay. We're not copying each other. Nobody's, I can tell you, I am 99% sure that YBR and Neological and some of the other big BeamNG YouTubers are not watching davidinark. I'm a very small fish in that pond. And I'm very, very thankful for everyone who does watch me. And I'm very thankful for there are some, what I would say, medium-sized to larger-sized fish in the BeamNG pond who do like to watch my stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But I watch their stuff, but we're not copying each other. Okay, that's just the way it is. One of the other questions I get, first of all, what are the specs of my PC? Just to let you know, if you go to my channel and you go to About, my specs are in my About, but just for the sake of getting them out there, currently, when I'm recording this, I've got an i7-4770. It's not even the K version. It's just the raw 4770. 24 gigs of RAM. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive that is actually my main storage. I've got a 256 gig SSD that I use for video recording. I've got a GTX 1070 ITX, so it's a short video card. I don't know what else. The rest of it's like kind of built in, networking and all that. I don't do anything fancy. I have the mouse that came with the computer. I have a keyboard that I've just had forever. It's nothing special. It's not a gaming keyboard. I do have an Xbox 360 controller that I've used a handful of times. I do have a Ferrari steering wheel I've used a handful of times. I'm a keyboard and mouse guy. I'm old school. I'm old, remember? I do have a Blue Yeti microphone, and I'm using a Logitech, I don't know, 720p something or other webcam. So a lot of my stuff is very piecemeal, and it's also not budget breaking. It's what I could get when I could get it. I mean, really. Now, I'm saying all that to say that I am in the process of shopping for a new PC, so I will be getting a new PC. One of my big frustrations is how long it takes to render videos. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. So I want to get something that's got more cores, more threads that can help with that. Plus, games like BeamNG that rely on cores and threads, I want something to help along those lines. So probably looking at a Ryzen 1700X. I'm just going to throw that out there. I know people are going to bash it, love it, hate it, whatever. I'm still looking, so I don't know yet. But anyway, that's my current specs. And then a follow-up to that, a lot of folks ask me for advice as to what they should get. And I hate to give that kind of advice because, and I don't. I refuse to leave those in the comments. I may have in the early days left a comment, but I don't do that anymore. And I'll tell you why. Because, first of all, I don't know what your budget is, right? So if I give you these specs and say, hey, I think, these would be great, and you go, well, yeah, but that's way outside of my budget. Okay, well, I didn't know how much you had to spend. So there's that. On the other hand, if budget is not a concern and I give you what I would consider budget specs, and you go, why would I do that? That's, super cheap. That's chintzy. You don't know what you're talking about. There's no way to win. And I'm not trying to win, but there's no way to win that particular conversation. There's just not. No matter what I say and other people respond, there will always be folks who want to contradict what you put out there. And that is going to be true no matter what. So I just don't do that on my channel. There are plenty of other YouTubers out there who that's exactly what they do. They tell you what great budget gaming PC specs are, or what mid-range, or what high-end, or what video card you should buy, or what video card you should avoid. At this point, that's not really in my wheelhouse. So that's why I don't address that. So please don't think that I'm ignoring you or anything. When you ask those kinds of questions, I'm not comfortable answering those because I don't have enough information from my perspective. So there's that. All right. So let's move on to the last question I'm going to address today. How do I get more subscribers? How do I build my YouTube channel? First and foremost, and I say this every single time, is, and you're going to hear this, but you're not necessarily going to hear it the way I explain it. Be consistent, okay? And that is number one. And of course, when most YouTubers say be consistent, what they're talking about is if you are posting twice a week, then you post twice a week, and you make sure you post twice a week. If you do once a week, great. You can post once a week. Just make sure that you always post once a week or once a day, whatever it is, be consistent. And then even within, so like for me, I try as best I can to post twice a day. I don't always get to do that, but one of my consistencies is that my video in the morning is BeamNG. I'm pretty sure I've got like a 99.9% from the time I started that. That's pretty much the way it's been. The afternoon videos, I try to be consistent depending on what I'm doing, but there's a lot going on. I work full-time, so YouTube is not my full-time job. So some things, that's not always as consistent as it should be, but I know it should be consistent. It's just not. In addition to that, though, and this is my twist, you need to be consistent within the videos themselves. If you have a particular intro, have a particular intro, have a particular outro, have a particular outro. People come to expect certain things in the video, even if they don't know, they expect it. So they may not realize that they expect things to go a certain way in your video, but as they've watched your videos and as you've done the same thing repeatedly, they come to expect that that is how your videos are going to be. So you want to be consistent, not just over the time frame, but you want to be consistent within the start and end points of the video itself. The other thing, I went back and I was looking at my charts, and I really had a spike of growth in the summer of 2016. And I will tell you, nothing was anywhere close before that, and it has not been anywhere close after that. And so that makes me take a hard look at what happened, what's going on, why, what went wrong, if I want to look at it that way. What happened in that I really spiked, and all of a sudden it dropped, and now it's sort of kind of leveling again. So here are a couple of things that I hope I've learned. One, when you're posting videos, you don't want to just post the video and hope people come find it. People are not going to come find your videos. In fact, a lot of folks, they don't even find my videos by searching. They find my videos because the videos that I remember to share out, that's how they share it out, or that's how they find my videos. So I definitely recommend sharing your videos out. And what I mean by that is, whatever your video is about, it doesn't matter. It can be gaming in general. It can be specific game. It could be, I don't know, whatever you're into. It could be makeup. It could be fashion. It could be whatever it is. Find similar folks, people who share those interests, and you share your video where they are. So if there's a Facebook group for a game you like to play, get in that group and share your video on that group. If there's a Reddit group or multiple Reddit groups, join those Reddit groups, follow the rules, and post your videos to those Reddit groups. If there's a forum for the game you're playing or for the product you're using, go to that forum, again, follow the rules, and share your video on those forums. Now, don't just share the video and say, hey, here's my video. You're going to have to tailor your message around whatever that board or whatever that forum or whatever that social media hangout place is. Tailor your message, customize your message so that it fits a current conversation, and say, oh yeah, and by the way, here's a video I did that matches that. Oh yeah, by the way, here's my take on that. Oh, hey, this brand new map came out on BeamNG, and here's what I liked about it, here's what I didn't like about it, maybe just a couple of sentences, and by the way, here's a video that I did. Another big thing, and this is one of the things that I've been tweaking and working on, you also want to make sure that your thumbnails are on point, that your thumbnail has your channel art in it somewhere, whether it's your logo or whatever. You'll notice that most of my videos now have the davidinark logo in them, unless you see me, because I am davidinark, so hopefully you understand where the video is, but maybe not, who knows. But I try to put the davidinark logo on the videos. For videos of a particular type, I use a particular font style. So my gaming videos generally have one particular font. My Bustin' Our Wax, where I'm opening up baseball card packs, or not just baseball card packs, but packs of wax, that has a different style font and a different color scheme. And that's very conscious. You've got to consciously choose what your thumbnails are going to look like. And again, consistency. Try to make it consistent across the board. Don't freak out if you're not doing that. Just start now and work forward. By the same token, you can also work backward. So if you've already got videos out there and you want to update those thumbnails, go update the thumbnails. That's perfectly fine to go make sure that everything you're doing fits your particular channel's message. Likewise, your titles and descriptions and keywords. Make sure your title is something that people are going to want to watch, and put that out there. And that may also take some tweaking. That's one of the things that I struggle with. A lot of my titles, look, I'm pretty straightforward. Here's the video. There it is. I don't necessarily come up with cutesy titles. They don't have to be cutesy, but they definitely got to be searchable. Same with your description. In your description, you want to make sure that A, you refer to your title in your description, and B, you want to make sure that you give enough information that if somebody was looking for whatever's in your video, they can find it. And then keywords. A lot of people skip keywords. I don't know what's up with that. The keywords, that's where the search engines are getting all of the terms to find your video. So down in the keyword search, you want to make sure that you're putting in keywords that are appropriate for that video. And you sometimes have to kind of think outside the box. You may be looking, you may think, well, this is exactly what's in the video. Okay, but also think, how would somebody else find your video if they didn't know what you know is already in there? All right, so you almost have to play, I'm going to say play dumb. I don't like that expression necessarily, but you have to stop being you as the content creator and switch roles into you as a user who's looking for that particular content. So if you were looking for that video, what would you look for? And speaking of, that's exactly one of the ways that can help you. Pull up YouTube. If you're using Chrome browser, do an incognito window. So over on the three little dashes up on the right hand side of your screen, click on the three dashes and come down and do an incognito window, and then go to YouTube and search, because that way it doesn't have all of your stuff. It doesn't know your history. It doesn't know your likes or dislikes. It's a brand new person out of the box. And then go to YouTube and or Google and search for terms that you think would help find your video, and see what other videos come up, because you're competing against those other videos. I mean, like it or not, that's exactly what it is. So you want to try to use terms that, frankly, they're using, but also some terms that they may not be using. And there are all kinds of tools for that. One of them, and you've probably seen other folks talk about, TubeBuddy is an add-on, and I use the free version. I've not paid for it yet, in terms of upgrading my whatever they call it, subscription. So I'm still using the free one, and it is immensely helpful for narrowing down those kinds of things, helping me with titles, helping me with keywords, because it will also go out and find keywords that other people are already using based on keywords you put in. And so it's very, very helpful in terms of that. The big thing to remember when you're trying to grow your channel and trying to get subscribers is that, for the most part, people coming to watch your channel are not your subscribers. And that really shocks a lot of people. But if you look at your analytics, you'll see that your subscribers probably make up 5 to 10% of the people who watch your videos. Most people are not subscribers. So the question is, how do I get those non-subscribers to subscribe? And that's how you do it. Be yourself in the video, be consistent, have good thumbnails, good descriptions, make sure that what you say is going to be in the video is actually in the video. Frankly, yes, you can make a video that's going to be clickbaity and probably get, I don't know, maybe 100,000, even maybe, let's say, 1 million views on that video. But they're not going to stick around. They're coming for the one and they're leaving. Okay? The idea is to get folks to stay and hang around. Speaking of, and I'm going to leave on this, and I apologize for this taking so long, but one of the other things to think about and to look at when you're putting up your videos, when you have your video uploaded and it's processed, then you want to go to your video manager and you want to do things like you want to add your end screens, because those, when you put an end screen on, you're helping your viewers choose content that they want to see next on your channel. Likewise, you'll see a thing in there for cards, and those are the little, let's say I don't know, it's going to be on one side or the other. I always get backwards. But you'll see the little cards that come out from the side as suggestions as to other things that you can watch. The content creators, you as a content creator, you put those on there. And so you space those out throughout your video as often as you want, every couple of minutes, every 5 minutes, depending on how long your video is, whatever it is. In those cards, you help guide your viewers further into your channel. So, for example, on BeamNG videos, you might see that I have a card that links to, I'll have a little card that pops out and it says BeamNG police chases, because maybe somebody watching is like, oh, I want to see more police chases. That's awesome. But I also throw in things that I think might interest some other folks. or interest. The way I should say that, I guess, is it's going to interest the viewer in a different way. So for example, I might have a card that pops out and it talks about my Back to the Future gameplay, because they may not even realize that I had played that game and they wanted to see somebody play that game. There's a whole lot, there really is. There's a whole lot to helping your channel grow. But number one, be yourself and be you, and know that it definitely takes time and it takes work, but eventually you'll grow if you stick with it. Be consistent, both time-wise and within the video itself. Come up with whatever your formula is. And it may take some time to figure it out, and that's okay. You're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to make mistakes, learn from them, grow from them, keep on going. Go where the people are. Whatever your content is, go find groups and forums and places to hang out and share your stuff within those communities. Become a part of those communities. And especially if you're a gamer, go to where people are talking about that particular game, get in the conversation and share the information. And then use the tools that are available to you, whether they're built into YouTube, cards and the end cards, that's not the word I'm looking for, but off the top of my head I can't think, or use external tools such as TubeBuddy, etc. Likewise, one more thing that can help, learn from other YouTubers. There's a guy that I watch, and I learn something every single time I watch him. A lot of the stuff I know, but it makes a difference when someone else is telling you, and that is Nick Nimmin, and I will leave a link to his YouTube channel down in the description below. I get nothing by mentioning him, but I think a lot of the stuff that he says is very practical, it's very to the point, and it's very, very helpful to grow your channel and make little tweaks. Make little tweaks along the way, and eventually you'll grow. So I hope that helped, and I hope the whole video that we've done today, although very, very long, and again I apologize, but I hope it's answered some of the questions that you've had. Got any other questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for subscribing and hanging out and just, I don't know, having fun here on David and Ark. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.